Ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion of the Premier League this Sunday, 4 p.m. And I am pumped. Chelsea take on Nottingham Forest. And can we secure top 5? I'm nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous. It's going to be one of those games where you got one eye on the game, one eye on results. Oh man, am I nervous. Am I nervous. However, we control our own destiny here. The aim, all we have to do is sound simple, but win the game. That's all we have to do. We win this game and we secure a Champions League spot. Sounds simple enough, right? I mean, we'll see. We fluffed it against Newcastle when there was pressure on us. A game which we probably should have won, could have won. Not could have won. We were terrible. We did better in the second half, but that's for another time. Then we beat Man United 1-0, just about, but all they really did was defend. So now we are down to this final game against Nottingham Forest. Squeaky bum time. It is squeaky bum time. However, before we get into this video, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below, will Chelsea make it in the Champions League spot? Because as you can see from that table, it's nervy times. Nervy times. So, let's get into this. As you can see already, I've got my score prediction, my starting lineup, and I just wanted to put the table there as well, just so you could see how close everything was. So for me, I feel like obviously top 2 secured, done, no matter what. Man City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Villa, and Nottingham Forest. The fact that that's like 5 teams and any one of them could get Champions League and like any one of them could pretty much maybe miss out. Yeah, which is insane. So every team, all they could do is control their own destiny. I think Man City have Fulham, which is a tricky game, and with Man City at the moment, you never know what Man City is going to turn up. Obviously, Newcastle flying high, cup winners. Oh man, it's so tight. I don't know how to call it. I really don't. But as I said, from 5th up, 5th forward, 3rd, they control their own destiny, and then 6th and 7th rely on others to lose, drop points, you name it. So I'm going to be optimistic. My score is 2-1 Chelsea. However, the real in me, I believe it's going to be a draw. I really do. I think it's going to be a draw. Just because, one, Chelsea at the moment, we don't have a striker. So I worry that, I know I've put 2-1, but scoring more than 1 goal at the moment is probably going to be difficult. And Nottingham Forest, well, Chris Wood is absolute baller right now. You know, Hudson-Odoi, if he plays, Alanga, you name it. Hudson-Odoi, obviously, could you imagine if he comes back and haunts Chelsea? I'd be devastated if he does, but it could happen. You never know what's going on with this season, especially with like Tottenham winning the Europa League, which was a terrible final, but they won it. Big Ange, he said what he said he was going to do. He wins things in his 2nd season, and he's done it. You know, Crystal Palace have finally won a trophy for the first time. Newcastle for the first time in like 70 odd years. Bologna beating AC Milan. I think it's like you go even deeper. I think like Go Ahead Eagles did something as well. It's a weird season. So you never know. But this Sunday is gonna be insane. It's gonna be absolutely insane. So, as I said, I've gone 2-1. I do think it's gonna be a draw, but a positive mindset. going into this game. So 2-1 Chelsea. I think Cole Palmer scores because I love Cole Palmer. And, you know, if you're going to start performing in a big game, now's kind of the time, Cole Palmer, yeah? Let's wake up. Let's go. Let's do what we need to do. And then I'm going to go with Pedro Neto for the second one. But, man, it's so hard to call. So hard to call. First off, we're away. You know, going into Nottingham Forest's ground. A beautiful ground. Beautiful pitch. Atmosphere is going to be buzzing. They're going to get those drinks free flowing. Like what they did for Newcastle. Get the fans singing. Yeah, it's going to be wild. And on top of that, every Chelsea fan knows as well, I think the referee for the Chelsea-Nottingham Forest game is Anthony Taylor. Now, we all know Anthony Taylor loves Chelsea. So, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Anthony Taylor, I swear he has a problem with Chelsea. I always feel like there's some sort of controversy when he's involved. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. So, 2-1 Chelsea. Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto. My starting lineup, I've gone with Robert Sanchez. I prefer Jorgensen, but I'm trying to be... listen, the logical is obviously Robert Sanchez. He's kept a clean sheet against United, Everton, you name it. I don't think he could do much against the goal from Liverpool. So he's got a bit of form, got a bit of confidence. Yeah, it's about time he's turned up and did something. So yeah, I've got Sanchez in goal. Chelsea's greatest ever striker, Cucurella at left back. This guy has to start. Other than Caicedo, this guy is my player of the season. Cucurella has bailed us out. I think in like 2025, he's our top goal scorer, which... the amount of money we spent and our defender is our top goal scorer is wild. It's absolutely wild. I don't get it. And I've got a little bit of hair that's actually really annoying me. I'm not even going to edit that out, to be honest with you. You can see that as well. It's not going. We're just going to ignore it. Fuck it. And then I've gone Colwell because he's a left-sided centre-back. We need a left footer. Colwell's done decent. Kind of decent. Listen, he's just left-footed, so I prefer him over Badiashile. I'm not going to lie. I can't imagine a game with Badiashile in there. Trev Chalobah. Now, Tosin, when he started against Manchester United, Højlund was nowhere to be seen, but I think I could defend Højlund, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. You don't have to do much on him. Just knock him and he'd fall over and he won't be able to hold up the ball. So, but Tosin did well. So, Trev Chalobah. Obviously, we're all hearing the rumours that about, you know, he's either going to be bench or sold, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to lie to you. This guy has been our best defender. He's Cobham boy, and this is how we're going to fucking treat him. We're not going to get into the owners. We're just going to focus on the game, because if I start talking about the owners, I'm going to fly off the handle and start... Right, we're not going to talk about the owners. So, Trev Chalobah, best defender at the club. Chelsea through and through. Knows how to win a big game. He's played alongside Thiago Silva, who's an absolute beast. He needs to play. He needs to play. Reece James, I know there was like reports on him possibly being injured, but I just watched like half the press conference with Enzo Maresca, and he was just saying that he's got his own like fitness plan, so he's training away, which makes sense. You don't want to give him intense training. You want to keep an eye on him. I don't mind that. So Reece James, captain, leader, he needs to be on this pitch. If I don't see him on this pitch in this massive game, I'm going to flip my shit. I don't care about how they do their fucking data analysis bullshit. Reece James needs to be on this pitch. And if he's not, we're instantly going to lose. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Next up, Caicedo, player of the season. Chelsea's absolute engine in midfield. I've got him, obviously, starting. I don't want him right back, This guy needs to be in that midfield breaking stuff up. If I see him go right back, again, Enzo Maresca, I'm going to slap you in the headlock, yeah? Caicedo needs to be a DM. He's a beast. And now I've got Lavia. I think Man United, he didn't really play much, so I'd like to think we saved him enough to play this game for like pretty much the whole game, because we're going to need him. We're going to need them both. I know in the Newcastle game he was dispossessed off the ball and they scored from it, but this guy, we need him. We need him. So Lavia, Enzo Fernandez I've gone for. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. There's been rumours about him going to Real Madrid, and I think Chelsea should cash in on that. I'm not going to lie. I would probably cash in on that, because I don't really know what his role is in this team. Every time I watch him, and I see him in midfield with Caicedo when Lavia's not there, I see Enzo further up than actually helping Caicedo. So when there's like an attack, Caicedo has to try and deal with like 2-3 people. And that's where we get overrun sometimes. So I don't know Enzo's role in this game, or like this team. Now don't get me wrong, he has done some late runs into the box, scored a goal. I get that. But I'm still, the overall picture, he absolutely stands by Enzo Fernandez all the time. I don't know, maybe there's something I'm missing, which is fair enough. I'm not a manager, I'm just going off what I see. But sometimes Enzo can get lost. Listen, he cost us what, like 100 odd mil? I don't even know how much he cost. He cost us a fair whack. I expect more from him, to be honest. If I'm paying that much money, I expect you to be the best of the best. And he's not the best of the best. I mean, even in this Chelsea team, he's probably like 3rd, 4th best. It's not good enough. So, yeah, another day. If we had Santos, I'd honestly probably just play Santos over Enzo Fernandez. And then, as I said, rumours about Real Madrid, but again, Maresca's come out and said that Enzo Fernandez is staying no matter what the rumours are, which is fine, whatever. But as I said, I prefer Santos. I'd absolutely prefer Santos all day. And I got Cole Palmer on the right wing. I want Cole Palmer on that right wing. He does better. He does 10 times better, as I smack my mic. Just give that guy, just give him what he wants, yeah? Just let him play right wing. He can do whatever he wants. Stop putting him in a robotic system, because we just don't do well in it. So he needs to be playing right wing. He did it under Poch, and Poch got the best out of him. The guy was an absolute machine. I can imagine there is obviously a bit of a confidence issue, which is fine. But he turned up against Liverpool. Yeah, it's kind of like a B team. But this is a massive, massive must-win game. A massive must-win game. So Palmer needs to fucking pull his socks up, man. Pull your socks up, Palmer. We got business to deal with, yeah? So Cole Palmer on the right wing. Pedro Neto, striker. It's no disrespect to George. Listen, he played his first game against Man United. They had like 3 centre-backs. He's not going to be able to do anything, and he's a winger. The fact that you throw him into the fray like that is kind of insane. Whereas Pedro Neto has kind of throughout the season, I think he's played striker. I think I've seen him up front a couple of times. So I prefer Pedro Neto there. But just it can be an interchangeable free. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to stick with such a robotic way. I know that's what Enzo Maresca's thing is, but why can't Palmer go in there? Why can't Madueke? And do you know what I mean? Just interchange it. Let's see who does well against the fullbacks and just go from there. And then Madueke, left wing. I think the kind of the dynamic of Neto and Madueke on the wings has kind of worked out quite well. One's played left wing, which is Madueke, which he doesn't usually play, and one's played right wing. So we'll see. It's a big game. It's a big game. I do worry that it's going to be too big of a game. We saw the mentality of the players against Newcastle, and it just fell apart massively. So I really do worry about how the heads of these people are going to go. Now, yeah, we played well in the second half, but I think that's more down to Newcastle just taking their foot off the gas because they knew they could just defend. And we played better with Reece James on the pitch, so he needs to be on the pitch. It's a massive game, people. Massive, massive game. Massive game. So I hope we do the job. There's bits of me, you know, as a Chelsea fan, obviously I want to win every game that wants to win this game. But there's bits of me of like, if we don't win this game, then is this a big FU to the owners? Do you know what I mean? Like, the owners need to sort themselves out. Because the amount of people we've been linked with over this transfer window, like, I could come on here and do a video every single day of like, oh, we've been linked with Šeško, we've been linked with Ekatike, we've been linked with Osimhen, Delap. Like, what are we doing? Can we just, like, what's our transfer plan? Because I don't have a clue. And then there's talks of Enzo Fernandez going, Chalobah going. You never know with Reece James. There's always a 50-50 with that. Luckily, Liverpool obviously going after Frimpong, and I don't know if that's actually been finalised, but if it has, great. And hopefully that means they're back off with Reece James. There's Nkunku leaving. There's even Andre Santos, who's an absolute beast. And then there's talks of like PSG and Arsenal going for him. So they're obviously clubs that have seen Santos, and we're just going to potentially bin him off for a bit of money. As I said, Trev Chalobah as well. I think West Ham wanted him. But if we get rid of him, man alive. I don't know what's going on. But we need experience anyway. So Chalobah is probably one of our most experienced. He's won trophies. He knows what to do. So I'd keep Chalobah. I don't know, man. I worry for this Chelsea team. I do. There's no stability. There's no spine. There's nothing. Obviously, they talked about there's like 2 players that's indispensable, which is, I think, insane. I think it was Caicedo and Palmer. So you wouldn't even put Reece James into that category of being indispensable. I know I've gone off what I'm talking about with Nottingham Forest and Chelsea, but it's I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't like how this club operates. It's stupid. They're idiots. So potentially we're looking at like Chalobah gone, Reece James is 50-50, Enzo Fernandez gone. Like, you know, Cucurella's not even been put under like indispensable, I don't think, which again is wild for what he's done this season. You know, Jadon Sancho probably being sent back to Man United, and then you got Nkunku as well. He's obviously going this summer, which I think he's back for this game. I think he's fit, which is amazing, but I don't know if he's fit enough to start, but I'd definitely bring him on. I think the same with Mark Gui, whatever the fuck his name is, from Barcelona. Everybody's talking about how, you know, he's going to do well, but it costs us 5 million, and I did see him in the Conference League, but the Conference League is not exactly the strongest competition. So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. And we're coming in with final 2 games now of the season. I know we got the Club World Cup or whatever it is, but whatever that competition is. But we got this game in the Premier League, which is massive, which could secure us top 4, get us Champions League. Although I worry that even though we get into the Champions League, we're going to get absolutely spanked by everyone. I know we all laugh at Arsenal, but if this Chelsea team comes up against that PSG team, we're getting smashed like 4-0. Easy. We ain't winning. We got no chance of winning. And then we got Betis in the final. Listen, the unexpected is happening. Chelsea have been strong favourites all year, but the underdogs have been coming out and winning. So, you know, Betis, I worry we're going to be turned into a meme club. Anthony's going to score a hat-trick against us, which, oh man alive, could you imagine the scenes if that happens? I won't be online for like a good month. I ain't going to lie if we lose that. So, yeah, that is my preview. As I said, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and just comment down below whether you think Chelsea get top 5. The fact that there's a 5th spot makes me happy. Otherwise we would get Champions League football. So yeah, let me know, guys. Big game, and I hope to see you at the watch along on Sunday. Peace out, y'all.